And good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Hello Sandy, how are you? Alright everybody, bonus lesson, what is your strategy? Remember, we are going to be back. I'm going on a small vacation, so we are going to resume the classes, everybody, Monday 5th of February, right? Alright, 5th of February, Monday, we're going to resume the classes, so... Alright, never forget everybody, trading is a learnable skill. And today we are going to work on number 2. You have a strategy in place and you understand why your strategy win or lose, and you understand how probabilistic thinking affects your strategy. Alright? Now, you must form, before you come to the Forex course 202, I am asking you to form your strategy, alright? Come on, doesn't work? Text. Not working? Do we have a problem? Yesterday we had a problem with Forex. Not working? Not working good. This could be problematic. Text. Doesn't work, everybody. Doesn't work. Here it works, so maybe let's go here. Let's try to put this in here. Text. Alright. It's working. Is anyone interested in a group study session while boss is away? Great answer. I mean, great question. So, what is your strategy? Alright, I'm asking you to build a strategy, form a strategy. Give me a second. Alright. Hello, Ala. Long time no see. So, what is your strategy? And I'm asking you to build your strategy, right? So, you need to define rules that are what we say black and white, meaning not subject to interpretation. Alright? You need to define rules that are black and white, meaning not subject to interpretation, and you need to define rules, everybody, on entries, trade management, trade management, exits, and risk management. Alright? So, Raji, what do you mean demand and resistance? Yes, before you come to the Forex course 202, I am asking you to build a strategy. Alright? Now, talking about entries, right? Entries, you have direction and you have timing. Alright, everybody? You need to define how you are going to buy or sell, meaning you are going to buy or sell based on what? Does this make sense? Yeah, Guinness, I'm going to help you, Gibbs. Be patient. Calm down. Alright? And now talking about direction, we've learned that you have a trading time frame and you have a confirmation time frame. Alright? Yes, the variables. Boss, the variables. Yes, exactly. The variables. Alright? And now we have, so what are the variables? We have the monthly bands, we have the market wave, we have the short term trend, we have trend lines, and counter trend lines, and lastly we have support, support slash resistance slash pivot points. Alright, everybody? This is the structure so far, based on the knowledge that you have. This is so far the structure of your strategy, alright? And maybe trade management, it's a little bit advanced, risk management maybe a little bit advanced, but let's work on entries and exits, alright? So here is an example of a strategy. Alright? So, hedge fund trader Sandy, hedge fund trader Ala, and hedge fund trader Raj, hope I pronounced the name correctly, on what time frame do you want to trade? So I'm going to write, I am going to trade from the daily. Example, daily, right? Daily, and it's a variable from the daily chart. Alright? I'm going to read from the daily chart. It's a variable, could be the 1 hour chart, 2 hour chart, 50-minute chart, whatever. Okay? Choose one. You need to choose one, everybody. Make sense? Yes, but choose one. Period. End of story. You cannot be a scalper and a swing trader and a day trader and a news trader and a position trader. Doesn't work like this. Alright, I'll says 4 hour. Daily, alright, very good. So now you have the monthly bands. What can you write? So remember, this is an example, alright? And I'm going to write, I am going to trade in the direction of the monthly bands. And it's a variable. Because I can also say to my strategy that I don't bother with the monthly bands. Make sense? Melissa says daily, right? No, there is no right or wrong. So, clone chart. Everybody, if I am on USD JPY monthly chart, and my strategy says that I'm going to trade in the direction of the monthly bands, what can I do and what I cannot do? Boss, I don't know. Think. God gave you a brain. Think. if I'm trading in the direction of the monthly bands, right? How can you trade USD JPY? If this is the upper band, this is the lower band, example, and AUD USD is here, what can you trade based on your strategy? Sandy says you can only enter short positions. Make sense, everybody? So, boss, I don't like this. Well, it's an example. It's a variable. You can also leave this one. You can take it out. Make sense? See, everybody, this is the issue. You must define rules that are black and white, not subject to interpretation. So if you want to trade up and down, if you want to trade extensions and retracement, then you don't bother with this one, alright? So we are going to put another one. So variable I can trade either way, but not at the monthly bands. All right. So instead of you saying I'm going to trade in the direction of the monthly bands, you can say I can trade either way, but not at the monthly bands. What does this mean? So you are going to have the monthly bands. In between, you can go long and short, but not at the monthly bands. And this makes sense, right? Because the monthly bands is the greatest force. All right. And because monthly band is an area, and this must be black and white, not subject to interpretation, you can define, but not at the monthly bands. At the monthly bands means from 500 pips. Example, right? Example. It's a variable, whatever. Okay. Boss, do I need to address monthly bands? Yes, you must. Make sense, everybody? You must address monthly bands in your strategy. You must address how you're going to behave in between and how you're going to behave at the monthly bands. Does this make sense? Alright. So, monthly bands, check. What about the market wave? So, entries. We're still working on the entries, Market wave entries. You can say, I am going to trade extensions only, compared to I am going to trade extensions and retracements. Alright, everybody? Boss, do I need to trade the market wave? No. Students from YouTube, Dukascopy Academy, type in the chat, are you going to trade the market wave? And if yes, type in the chat, are you going to trade extensions only, or are you going to trade extensions and retracements? No, there is no right or wrong. You can choose to trade the market wave, or you can choose not to trade the market wave. Make sense? You can trade the market wave or not, You can trade the shortened trend or not. Those two are two patterns so far. Yes, double top, double bottom, triple top, all of those are patterns. Send the yes extension only, both. Alright. See, it's a variable, right? An interest in the market wave extension would be a better start for me. Alright. Now, how? How to enter the market wave? Alright. So I can write, I am going to enter with the counter trendline break CTB at the end of retracement. Alright? How to enter the market wave? I'm going to enter with the counter trendline break at the end of retracement. Example. What does this mean? If this is the market wave, alright, and example, if I chose that I'm going to trade extensions only, then lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So this is the retracement, right? Lower low and lower high and lower low. And this is the counter trendline break that we've learned. Alright, everybody? Now, if the market breaks like this, can I enter the market based on what I wrote? Type in the chat, YouTubers too, yes or no. Can I enter in here? Can I enter at this circle? Yes or no? The rule says I'm going to enter with the counter trend line break at the end of retracement. Melissa says yes. How many variables does this rule have? 1 or 2? How many variables does this rule have? One or two? If I trade in a hedge fund, if I trade in the Costa Forex fund, what is the requirement that the market must meet? What is the criteria that the market must meet before I enter? And if I enter in the wrong way, Michael or Mike is going to yell at me. Two variables. So are the requirements on the two variables met? Yes or no? Are the requirements of the two met? Or do you have only one? Not yet. What is missing? What I have or what I don't have? Melissa, yes. No? So I'm going to enter with the counter trendline break. This I can check. I do a closed body candle, and that's a rule. I have a closed body candle on the other side of the counter trend line, but is this the end of the retracement? So Melissa, if you buy this one and you lose, I am going to yell at you. Why did you buy a downtrend? Oh, but there is a counter trend line break. My strategy is clearly telling you, everybody, that you're going to enter with a counter trend line break at the end of the retracement. Do you have the end of the retracement? No, you don't. Why did you enter here? Boss, but you didn't specify what is the end of the retracement. Exactly. Exactly. So you can write in your strategy star, end of retracement is signaled by the change in the short-term trend. And now we have variables, variables, confirmed STT, confirmed short-term trend, or a crown is enough. Alright, everybody? End of retracement is signaled by the change in the short-term trend, and here you have the variables how to address the short-term trend. So if you write that, oh, I need to see a confirmed short-term trend, then after the counter trend line break, you want to see, but let me trick you. Let me trick you first. If the market does something like this, do I have a confirmed short-term uptrend? Do I have a confirmed short-term uptrend? Type in the chat, yes or no. So my strategy is well defined, and my strategy is telling you, the trader, you are going to enter at the end of retracement with the counter trend line break. And I'm choosing on my strategy, before I enter, I want to see a confirmed short-term trend. So I want to see a change in the short-term trend. Lower lows, lower highs, right? So I'm asking you, do I have a change in the short-term trend? Melissa says yes, Sandy, not yet. Who is right? Let's make a poll, everybody. There are 7 YouTubers, students. Who is right, Melissa or Sandy? Type in the chat, Melissa is right, or type in the chat, no, Sandy is right. Boss, there is Boss, there is no right or wrong. It is right or wrong. Anybody? Sandy is correct, everybody. Melissa, you need to study more than everybody else and pay attention. This is the relevant high. And even though you have two highs and two lows, and the second low is a higher low, and the second high is a higher high, you do not have a change in the short-term trend. You need to pay attention to this detail. Make sense? If you enter here, I am going to yell at you in the Costa Forex Fund. Or hedge cap, or whatever. Make sense? Or now that we clarified that this is the relevant high, so I cannot enter here, requirements are not met. Or now that we established that this is the relevant high, so I need to wait for or a higher high, meaning this is a crown. So now I can enter, the criteria on this rule is met, or now I need to wait for the confirmed uptrend and enter only here. Boss, what's the difference? The timing of the entry is the difference. If you go with the crown, you are going to enter at the blue counter trend line break. If you go with the short-term trend confirmed, then you are going to enter at the green counter trend line break. Does this make sense? Talk to me, YouTubers. Type in the chat all clear, or type in the chat not clear. For one rule, the crown is the signal, left tip, center tip, higher high. That's the crown, the black one. For the other rule, a relevant confirmed uptrend, the violet is the signal. Alright? There is no right or wrong, you have just different signals how to enter. If your signal is the crown, you are going to enter at the blue. If your signal is the short-term trend, you are going to enter at the green. Oh yes, but period, end of story. Those are the rules. And your biggest issue, everybody, in the beginning is you are writing down, but your rules are not black and white, meaning still subject to interpretation. Both after relevant high is broken, we enter on retracement if you want. Everybody, you need to build your strategy. Make sense? It's your strategy. So how to enter the market? We are going to enter with the counter trend line break and the retracement. Now you have the rules. Pick and choose one, right? Type in the chat, everybody, which one do you want? Do you want to enter with the confirmed short-term trend, or do you want to enter with the crown? YouTubers too, please type in the chat. No, there is no right or wrong. You have a strategy in place and you understand how probabilistic thinking, meaning your probabilistic thinking, affects your strategy. I cannot tell you what to do, everybody. Make sense? You need to make sense out of the markets in your way, and you need to decide where what is Is a crown enough for me, or is the shortened trend enough for me? There is no right or wrong. Crown is better. Not true. Shortened trend is better. Not true either. Not true. Makes sense. Crown is riskier in terms of confirmation of the trend. Now this is a different story, and I agree with you. A crown is riskier in terms of confirmation on the change in the shortened trend. This I agree. Good job. I agree on this one. So if you are a riskier trader, you can go with the crown. What's the difference between a crown and the shortened trend confirmed? A crown, you are a 50% uptrend. With a confirmed shortened trend, you have 100% confirmed uptrend, right? Somebody's asking, so what's the difference? Well, if the stop loss goes down in here, right? So if you enter here, this would be 1. And if you enter here, see the difference, everybody? Exactly, risk reward in terms of distance is different, because the guy or the girl, the trader who is going to enter with the crown, he is going to profit take. Up in here, and the trader who is going with the shortened trend, the trader who is going with the come on, right click, clone, not cloning, clone, alright. The other is going to profit take up in here. Can you see, everybody? So crowns are better? No. No. Make sense? The crown in terms of probabilities is riskier. Alright? Here you are speculating with the crown, right? You are speculating with 50% probability of an uptrend, compared to somebody else who has a confirmed uptrend. Now, somebody who enters with the crown, sometimes the market is going to push down. So you are going to have a loser example compared to this trader who is not going to even to enter. On the other side, the crown has a benefit. What's the benefit? The trader with the crown is going to profit take up in here, and the trader with a short-term trend is going to profit take up in here, which means that the market wave can come up to here and start retracing again. And the second trader is going to have an issue emotionally. Make sense, everybody? But in the long run, talking about direction, those two are quite similar, because if you're right on the direction, you are going to win either way. Does this make sense? Now let's join forces and work on the traders who are willing to trade the retracement too. Alright? strategy exactly. So I'm going to trade extensions and retracements. How to enter the market wave. I'm going to enter counter trend and break at the end of the retracement. Okay, now so we have another rule, right? Another rule. How to enter the market wave retracements. How to enter the market wave retracements. You can say I want to see a counter trend line break with the end of extension. Alright, or you can say I want to see the change in the shortened trend or crown at a support / resistance / pivot point area. Alright? So we talked about entering in extensions. Now let's talk about how to enter, everybody, how to enter retracements. Type in the chat, YouTube students on YouTube, type in the chat, the ones who are going to trade the retracement too. Do you want to enter with the counter trend line break and with the crown, or do you want to enter with the counter trend line break with the confirmed shortened downtrend? And if do you want to see this at the support resistance pivot point? Alright, so we have something like this, right? And we have something like this, crown, and we have, maybe I'm clicking something, clone, alright. Clone, alright. No, there is no right or wrong. So here you have a pivot point, right? Or resistance, and here you have a pivot point and a resistance. Everything else is the same. Counter trend line break in here. There you go. Counter trend line break in here too. Counter trend line break in here too. And counter trend line break maybe in here too. Alright, just an example. Hedge fund trader Bose, hedge fund trader Melissa, hedge fund trader Sandy, hedge fund trader Ala. What are you choosing? Type in the chat. Boss, I don't want to trade retracements. You don't need to. But if you do you want to enter with the shortened trend confirmed? Or do you want to enter with the shortened trend confirmed at the pivot point? Or do you want to enter with the crown? Or do you want to enter with the crown at the pivot point? 4 scenarios, says Bose. Anybody else? you want me to tell you a little bit about Forex course 202 knowledge, everybody? Do you want me a little bit, do you want me to give you a glance into the money phase right now? Do you want to see a little bit of this knowledge that you are not going to like, by the way, but it's true? Crown at the pivot point. Alright. Forex course 2 minutes. Alright. So most of you chose the number 4, right? What happens when you have a counter trend line break and you have a crown since a shortened trend? Okay, it's just follow me, right, Sandy? It's the same. What happens when you have a crown? You know, so there are different variables. You have a crown, but you don't have a pivot point, alright? And you short the market and you win. Is this good or bad? Or you could have something like this, you know, it's a crown, and you do have a pivot point, but you don't have the counter trend line break. Example, you know, you have a crown, you short a crown in here, all right, at the green, and you make money. Is this good or is this bad? Everybody type in the chat, this is good because we made money. Or type in the chat, no, this is bad. Forex course 2 minutes right now. Boss, but we won. Type in the chat if you have a strategy rule that you don't obey. Here you didn't obey. Oh, but there is a crown. Doesn't matter, you didn't have a pivot point. You've entered here and you made money, but you disobeyed the strategy. Or up in here, you've entered here, there was a crown, yes it was, at the pivot point, yes it was, but the market didn't break the counter trend line. You should have entered at the violet. Based on the strategy rules. You've entered prematurely because you knew, I know this market is going to fall. There is a crown at the pivot point and I know this market is going to fall. And you enter at the green where you should enter at the violet, and you won, you made money. Is this good or bad? Shola, it's bad. You made money by luck. Well, not true, right? Because I did have a crown and the pivot point. Everybody, Shola already knows. Shola, it's in the Forex course 2. Melissa, what do you think? Boss, what do you think? Ala, what do you think? Sandy, what do you think? Is this good or bad? Or this is all the same? Nah, if you enter at the green or at the violet, it's all the same. Or if you enter at the crown without the pivot point or with the pivot point, nah, this is all the same. Forex course 2 minutes right now. Come on, YouTube students, Dukascope, it's looking at you, participate. Boss, but I win. Boss, but we win. Answer the question, is this bad in your opinion or it's good? Rules matter. Won't succeed without them. Is bad. Now I am your student. How it could be bad if we made money? Come on. All of you are right, but you are still all of you are right, but you are still doing this, don't you? You have a strategy, maybe you have my strategy, you know how to enter, you know what to do, but you are entering prematurely or you are not obeying your strategy completely. Don't you? And the logic behind is, how this could be bad, I made money. Exactly. At least can get some pips. What's the reality of this business? By luck. Ruin the strategy performance record. We are getting there. Damage psychology. Now Forex course 2 minutes. The rules of the strategy is what makes a proven edge. So if FX boss strategy has a proven edge and I mess with the rules, then what am I doing in terms of the next 100 trades? And everybody, right now you have one of the reasons why 90% of world population and 80% of my students are not making it, are not seeing consistent profits. Does this make sense? Exactly. You are not stupid, agreed, me too. We are not stupid, but they give you a strategy with a proven edge, you know, but you are not trading their strategy. You are mixing with the rules. Make sense? You are inventing hot water. You say, oh, this is all the same. You say, oh, the market is falling, let's short the market, you know, and any variable of thinking and feeling in between. Ministers, you're gambling. We are building bad habits. Everybody, if you didn't, I mean, oh, it's alright, it's Forex course 202, alright? An edge is a statistically proven fact that a strategy, through time, wins more than it loses. Does this make sense? It loses too, but it wins more than it loses. And what makes the edge are the rules. So just an example, so if my strategy says that you must enter at the violet and you enter at the green and win, you are messing with the edge. Because me, I'm going to make 100 trades. I'm going to make 100 trades with the edge, and I'm going to win, example, 80% of the time. Alright? And you, example, and you are going to make 40% with the edge plus 60 with what we call your way. You know better. It's your way. Make sense? And this becomes problematic when it comes, oh, I want to see consistent profits. I want to see consistent profits, but you are mixing here. You are not obeying. A professional trader, it's non-negotiable up in here. It's not debatable. Forex course 202, you are going to learn how institutions are dealing with premature entry. I entered too soon, or I entered too late, or I closed too soon, or I closed too late. You know, it's all part of the learnable skill. But this becomes problematic in here. Unless you get skilled you need to non-negotiably obey the rules. Because the rules make the edge. What is an edge, one more time? An edge is a statistically proven fact that a strategy, through time, makes more money than it loses. And when you do this, everybody, and you do, alright, this looks like it's the human model, and when you do this, you are going to have the 50% winners, and then you are going to have your 60% winners too in the first 100 trades. Make sense? And then on the next 100 trades, you are going to have the 40% winners, and your 60, when you're inventing hot water, you're going to have losers. And what is going to happen next? You are going to change what? This happens 99% of the time. Maybe there is somebody so genius, you know, but this is normal, by the way. I did this too. Boss, why are we doing this? Because we don't understand emotionally what is an edge. Intellectually, it's not a big deal, right? But you're going to go your way. In the next 100 trades, you're going to lose. You're going to give it back to the market. And what you're going to do then? Applause to Melissa. Very good. You are going to change the strategy. Everybody, I gave you a few Forex course 2 minutes. Now you can give it back the favor with you being honest. How many of you are changing strategy from 2020? How many of you online were changing strategy in 2020? You are changing strategy 2021. You are changing strategies in 2022. You are changing strategies last year, and most likely you are changing, or you are looking to change the strategy this year. How many of you are doing this? Sir, please, what are you a student that has become money producer so I can make? Sir, please, what are your student that has become money producer so I can meet them in their YouTube channel or trading live. Shola, you have no professional traders on YouTube and trading live, okay? Alright, Shola? The students are on YouTube channels and trading.live. the professional trader has no business there, make sense? So the answer is 0, Shola. If you're a professional trader, a money producer, why would you be on Dukascopy Academy? You know all of this stuff, make sense, everybody? In conclusion, how many of you online, YouTubers too, are still changing strategies? And don't be shy, everybody, this is normal. I did this too 20 years ago, make sense? It's normal because you don't understand what is an edge. Dukascopy Bank gives you a strategy with black and white rules, not subject to interpretation. Is nothing special in the end, you know, but you are not doing this. You are doing this one, you know. You have the formula how to make pizza pepperoni, but you want to give it your touch, right? You put a pineapple on the pizza pepperoni, or you put a secret sauce on pizza pepperoni, or you put a different cheese on pizza pepperoni, makes sense? You want your touch. You cannot accept to submit yourself and obey somebody else's rules. Alright everybody, homework until we get back from vacation. I'm going to be back 5th of February. Until there, build your strategy. Build your strategy, alright? Alright. Okay everybody, our time is up. Stay strong and build your strategy like a boss. Because you are the you really are the boss of your strategy. Right? I need to make a strategy first to break one and make it another. Sure. And in the Forex course 2, which is not for free by the way, you're going to be boss payment, thank you very much. Boss payment, thank you very much. Boss next payment, thank you very much. You just keep changing strategies. My two dogs love your money, everybody. Make sense? Ichi and Fibo love your money when you keep changing strategies for 2 years, 3 years, and so on. That being said, everybody,